Injection molding is a way of making parts by melting plastic material, forcing the material into a mold, and cooling the part until it can keep its shape. Many different kinds of plastics can be used to make injection molded products. The following illustrations cover the basic steps performed by a machine during the injection molding of a plastic product. Each machine has some kind of control panel. The control panel is where many of the pressure and temperature settings are made. Plastic raw material, usually in the form of pellets, enters the machine at the barrel opening or hopper throat. A hopper is often used to hold the plastic material before it falls into this opening. Sometimes, instead of using a hopper, plastic is fed to the barrel opening by a vacuum system, which moves the pellets from barrels or gaylords. Most plastics need to have any excess humidity removed before they can be used, so dryers are often added to hoppers to be sure the plastic doesn't have too much moisture in it. Before the plastic pellets can be used, they have to be heated into a molten condition. Molten plastic is like a very thick liquid or paste as it flows into the mold. This heat process takes place in the barrel, using heater bands to control how much heat is applied to the barrel. The molten plastic gets moved toward the mold by a rotating screw inside the barrel. The rotation of the screw also causes friction, which helps melt the plastic. The molten plastic is now ready to be forced into the mold. The plastic is forced, or injected, through the nozzle at the end of the barrel. The nozzle fits into the sprue bushing of the machine. The plastic then flows into the sprue of the mold and through the runner until it reaches the cavity in the mold where the part actually gets formed. As the plastic is injected into the mold, thousands of pounds of pressure build up inside the mold. As more plastic is injected into the mold, an even higher pressure is created. To keep the mold closed as this pressure builds up, the molding machine uses hydraulic pressure or toggle clamping systems prior to the material entering the mold. To keep the mold closed as this pressure builds up, the molding machine uses hydraulic pressure or toggle clamping systems prior to the material entering the mold. After the plastic has filled the mold's cooling system begins to remove excess heat from the mold. This cooling allows the molded part to keep its shape. When the part has cooled, the machine releases its clamping pressure and the mold is allowed to open. Ejector pins permit easy removal of molded parts. The parts can then be removed from the mold by an operator, or in many cases automatically ejected from the mold. You can also automatically remove parts by using a robot or parts picker. Injection molding machines come in different sizes and are rated by tons of clamp and screw capacity. Larger machines have greater tons of clamping, allowing larger parts or multiple parts to be produced.